Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys what my family and I eat in a day. So this is like typical Nigerian meals or like Nigerian regulars. The only thing that's different here is that we didn't have eba on this particular day, which is good because eba gets too regular and then it becomes really tiring. So hope you guys enjoy this video. So usually when I'm about to make breakfast, I always have to make Vicky's own first, and she doesn't eat bread because on this day we had bread, but then I always give her cereal. So this morning she's going to have Weetabix and a cup of Milo, and Milo is hot chocolate, by the way. So it would have been easier for me to give her the same thing we have in the morning, but I noticed that when I give her bread, no matter how I serve the bread, she's always just too slow for my liking. Same thing with her sister Ella, so I just stopped giving them bread in the morning. So typically when we're having breakfast in the morning, I don't eat because I'm not a breakfast person, honestly. So don't even come to me with the breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I don't like to have breakfast. It's always too early for me. So I usually have like brunch, so late breakfast, early lunch. But because this was the weekend, I'm going to be making fried eggs and bread, and we're going to take it with beverage, which is hot chocolate, Milo. So yeah, I'm going to use tomatoes and pepper. I wanted to use sardine, but I couldn't get sardine. Like the person close to my house wasn't selling sardine, because typically I would use sardine with my eggs in the morning. So yeah. So when I want to fry eggs, I always use pepper. I just started using aromat. I don't know why. I use salt and then I use Maggi chicken, and then I just beat the eggs. And yeah, that's all I put in my eggs. So I'll let you know that Saturday breakfast is so important to me because we get to eat together. Unlike when the girls go to school and then they have breakfast, they go to school, I eat separately, their dad eats earlier than I do. So it's just, you know, on Saturdays we're able to eat together. So on this day I actually had breakfast. So this is the part where, you know, the mommy spirit comes in. You have to serve the eggs and make sure that it goes round and everybody gets a reasonable amount. Let me tell you guys a story. When I was younger, when we offend my mom, how you would tell that she's still angry with you is in the quantity of food she gives you. If we're having a meal like this, she'll give you very small egg, or if you're having a food that has beef or chicken, you would get the smallest piece. So for lunch, I decided I would have jollof rice and turkey. I'm not a big fan of turkey because it's just full of bones, honestly. But when we went to buy cutting, we didn't find chicken, so we had to settle for turkey. So I have my onions, I have carrots, I have my favorite thing, spring onions, and then I have my seasonings I'm going to use for both the turkey and the jollof rice. So of course, to make the meal extra special, we're going to be having plantain. So I decided to chop the plantain into, what would I say, into halves, two halves, yes, two halves. So it's almost like you're frying it the way they fry like dodo. What is it? Why am I saying dodo? It's still dodo anyway, but you guys can see how I cut it. You guys can see how I cut it. It's always, it feels like it's more when you cut it this way, but it's actually not more. We all know that it's not more. It just looks like it's more. I'm about to fry my turkey, and you see this part is really tempting. I remember as a child, you guys, I used to watch my mother cook, and I would just be like, how does this woman cook without even eating the whole pot of food? Like, I wanted to have my own house because I wanted to be able to cook and eat as many pieces of meat. But then my mom will cook. My mom is not a meat person. Like, she will cook and you won't even see her taste anything. I'm telling you guys, she won't taste a bit. So I'll be like, how does this woman even do it? You guys, when I'm cooking, except I've counted the turkey, like I already have the amount of pieces I want to cook. If not, I can finish the whole bowl. So one thing I like to do is that when I've made the base for my jollof rice, I always like to coat my beef or my chicken or my turkey, whatever we're going to have on top of it. I like to coat it with that you know, that sauce. It just makes it more interesting to eat. I just prefer it this way. I don't do it every time, but anytime I remember, I make sure that I do it. It just makes it better, you know, it makes you more interested in eating it. So I parboiled my rice earlier on, a long time ago, and I don't like the way it came out. I don't know if it was that it was on the fire for a bit too long or something, because it just tasted extremely soft. Monica actually parboiled it, so I guess she took it off the fire late, so I didn't really like how it tasted. I like my rice to still be a little bit hard when I take it off the fire. Because I didn't want it to be too soggy, based on the fact that it was already soft, I had to use a foil. Usually I don't use foil. I just cover my pot and then I lower the heat. It might burn a little bit, but then that's also the sweet part of jollof rice. For some reason my jollof rice did not come out red. You guys saw the quantity of tomatoes and blended pepper that I used, but it didn't come out red at all. So I'm just going to fry my plantains and then food is ready. Fun fact, Victoria likes to lick bone. So once you're done with your bone and you have a little bit of meat on it, just give it to her and she will lick it until the bone is white. Grace enjoyed the turkey so much, but I really regret buying turkey. Turkey is just no good. It's just full of big bones. for dinner, we're going to be having yam and garden egg sauce. So I have my garden eggs. I boiled and blended them, and then I have this is blended atarudo and chili bonnet. I can't remember what atarudo is in English right now. And then I have my palm oil, I have smoked fish, onions, and then I'm also going to be using iru. This is iru from the village. It stinks the way iru should stink. So I bleached my oil and then I fried my onions. This is very easy to make. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to pour in my blended peppers. I'm going to lower the heat and let it fry for about 15 to 20 minutes. And then once it's done, I'll stir it, pour in my smoked fish, all of my ingredients, crayfish, seasoning cubes, salt. Yeah, basically that's all. And then I'm going to pour in my garden egg, let it boil, and then it's ready. So that's all. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So please leave me a comment, subscribe, and give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Let me know what's that one thing that you don't miss when you're feeding your family on a daily basis. What's that one meal that you guys always have? So yeah, see you guys in the next video.